we're back. Honestly, this game is starting to be a little too depressing for me in these dark COVID times. But just as with the COVID times, we gotta get through it. Outside of the window was burning sunlight. Even though it was still early morning, the heat let you know it was going to be another midsummer day. Since last night, I hadn't seen Mother. More precisely, I had been on the brink of tears myself, filled with feelings of regret, and hadn't been able to face her. I'll apologize to Himiko-san. I felt really sorry to do so, but I didn't want to make Mother any more sad. Mother. It was just before Mother left for a part-time job. As she spoke, she handed over lunch boxes for two.
気をつけていってらっしゃいね。でも、いいのよ。お母さんなりに考えた末なんだから。あなたは私の大切な娘だけど、私はあなたにはなり得ないの。
Softly, but with her usual kind face, she spoke.
だからお母さんなりにね、節美が少しでも笑っていられるようにしたいの。
I was headed to the hospital. In my hand, the tote bag with two lunches. Early morning. Abruptly, my feet stopped at the usual school. It looked like today the children hadn't come yet. As always, I was facing the metal bar. And after gazing at it a while, I quietly stretched my hand out. Placing strength in my arms, I pulled with all my might while kicking the ground. For just a moment, a sense of floating, and my body spun around. A somersault I hadn't done in a month. And then, from that slightly higher place, I looked around at the world. That's an interesting filter. With arms that were beginning to shake from supporting my weight, this world that I could see. The me right now, as one of the parts that build up everyday life, might not appear to be out of place. But that was an illusion. It's not like I was accepted. Placing the school behind me, I headed toward the hospital. I was sure she was waiting, so I hurried to her.
お待たせ。はい、また裏の駐車場に止めてるから。わかった。
As I responded, I accepted the car key. Then, I gave the message Himiko-san had entrusted to me.
今回で最後だって言ってた。最後？お姉ちゃんがそう言ってたの？
Are you driving off to suicide?
そう伝えてくれって。
But we can't really drive back ourselves.
そうなんだ。
Sadly, that was all Chihiro-san quietly murmured.
どうしてあなたなんだろうね。
Behind those words was definitely a dissatisfaction for clearly being pushed away. And loneliness, sadness was there too.
優しくていい人だからよ。千尋さんは違うのよ。違う？そう。私たちとは違うの。悪いけど意味がわからないわ。私にもよくわからないから。
Why did I say those words, I wonder? The exact reason, not even I knew. But now, I had a feeling that I was coming to understand Himiko-san's feelings.
でもね、たとえ違ったとしても、私は妹よ。今まで20年も一緒に過ごしてきた兄弟なのよ。千尋さん。
The always composed and kind Chihiro-san was, for the first time, crying. I figure it was neither the pleasant helper nor the resolved Catholic, just simply a helpless girl.
お姉ちゃんのこといつも祈ってるのに
So depressing. Chihiro-san continued to cry, and the only thing that I could do was gently pat her on her back. Some other words, or technique, I just couldn't find them. Before, Himiko-san had said that for people, there were only 3 choices. Perhaps Himiko-san didn't want Chihiro-san to be Aloe.
ごめんなさいね。変なとこ見せちゃって。気にしないで。
Then I headed to Himiko-san. In my right hand, the key I received from Chihiro-san. In my left hand, 2 lunches that mother had made for me. In the end, I didn't know what that final thing was. Even where we were headed, I hadn't been told. Oh, my throat today. The parking lot. Here, I waited for Himiko-san, who would probably be coming soon. The car called Yuno's that I got to ride last time was today also washed to a shine. Surely Chihiro-san, or the person we met before at the beach, was always keeping it clean. As I thought about that,
悪い、待たせたわね。
voice full of determination. Himiko-san finally appeared, as always, taking the key as if it were perfectly natural. However, her clothes were different from normal. They were probably work clothing, something like white overalls, and were clothes that you couldn't call pretty, even insincerely. What are those clothes?
今日はこの服じゃないとダメなのよ。パジャマ姿の私では意味がないのよね。
Even though normally whatever she did, it had been in pajamas. Was it that today she was not a resident of the 7th floor?
説明乗って。
I climbed inside the car. Like before, I was made to put on my seatbelt. And once that was verified, quietly, the engine started.
じゃ、行くわよ。
Looking up, the sun was high above, and it looked to be another hot day. Under that sky, with a big turn of the wheel, the Yuno slowly moved out. Exactly where we were headed, what we were going to do, I didn't know. However, just like this, Himiko-san's final drive began. Disco tunes. Reflecting the deep blue sky while running, a red open top car. Light engine noise was raised as familiar scenery went by, drowning out the voices of the cicadas as it continued on. Passing an intersection in front of the hospital, in moments we came out onto a large road.
それで、どこに向かうの？高いところよ。具体的な場所のことよ。それはわからないわ。
That was a bit unexpected. It was Himiko-san after all, so whatever she said, I hadn't planned on being surprised, but...
もしかして、気ままに走るって意味？それは、ちょっと違うわね。言葉の通り、高いところって意味よ。
It was just that. It was so abstract I had no idea.
国道に出るまでには決めようと思うわ。
Was it already decided? Or was it something that could be decided so easily? Besides, even if a destination were decided, what about the route all the way there? There was no navigation system, and even though she was always looking at maps, it didn't look like she brought them today.
大丈夫よ。どこに行っても道に迷うことはないわ。なぜそんなことが言い切れるの？そりゃ、すでに日本中を覚えたからよ。
Her response came as if it were perfectly natural. Was that possible? It's not like I was doubting Himiko-san's words, but for me, it was quite unbelievable.
それにね、今の私に必要なのはナビでもなければ医者でもないわ。じゃあ何？そうね。
Then, after a moment of thinking,
コロッケ博士。またそんなこと言って。
the roaster continued on, from the city to the suburbs. Then, as the green started standing out more, knowing the speed, we drove while eating mother's lunch with our hands. Driving while eating?
よくうちの人が許してくれたわね、外泊を。ちなみに、うちの人にはさ、私ってどんな人物設定になってるの？一般病棟の人？それとも看護婦さんかしら？
Himiko-san saw through everything. Certainly, until yesterday, that was exactly how it was.
7階の人って知らせたわ。へえ、大したもんね。ちょっと見直したわ。でもまだこれが嫌いとは言えてないみたいね。
As she spoke, what was in her hands were the lunch's fries.
じゃあお姉さんがとっておきの方法を教えてあげるわ。そんなのがあるの？とっても簡単よ。あなたが好きになってしまえばいいのよ。
Why didn't I think of that? Certainly, it might be exactly that, but...
難しいこと言わないで。あらそう？病気を治すよりは簡単だと思うけど。
I'm sure it was exactly as Himiko-san said. If my sickness would cure, then all the problems would be solved. Mother, who had red in her hands, would not be sad, but once again smile and have beautiful manicures. Even that I understood. Understood, but it was something I couldn't do anything about on my own. Compared to that, coming to like fries might be a simple thing. The roaster continued on, its red hood reflecting the blazing sky. And then, just as the sun was coming close to its highest point, what appeared before us was an even bigger road.
間もなく国道に出るわ。
As she spoke, she pulled the car onto the shoulder and stopped.
目的地は決まった。まだちょっと悩んでいるのよ。
Hearing nothing other than a high place, just what exactly she was debating over, I had no
やっ
clue.
ぱ高いって言えば富士山かしら。
Oh, that would be hard.
富士山。
If I hadn't been mistaken, that was certainly what it sounded like.
なんたって日本一だもんね。
Hell yeah. That really couldn't be thought of as serious. Mount Fuji, height 3,776 meters. Probably didn't need saying, but Japan's highest mountain. I didn't know too much, but I had heard that snow remained even in the summer. For the winter, I had heard that only true mountain climbers could take it on.
じゃあ目指しますか。富士山にでも。いくらなんでもそれは無謀よ。分かってるわよ。私だってバカじゃないわ。別に山頂を目指すわけじゃない。5合目までは車で行けるし、そこだって標高2000メートルくらいあるんだから。
Even saying that, it's not like we had to go all the way to such a place. Even for normal people, it already had a reputation. And the two of us, at the least, couldn't be called healthy. In Himiko-san's case, she was a resident of the 7th floor.
それにね、7階と比べたら100倍は高い場所よ。
Yes, we do have to go somewhere at least higher than the 7th floor, don't we? Those words I just quietly listened to. I wasn't positive, but maybe Himiko-san really was going to jump down. I recalled before, while on the roof, she whispered that this height is not enough, while looking at the fence.
まずは6号から東北道に向かうわ。
It was just an announcement. The roadster once again began running. Heading towards the national road, she turned the wheel. From here to Mount Fuji, just how much distance was there? For me, I didn't even have an estimate. All I knew was Himiko-san was not joking, but serious. And also, she most likely would not get lost. From the national road onto an even larger road, we then switched onto the expressways. Same as before, perhaps because she was driving the usual safe way. The cars in a high-speed lane were rapidly passing by. Eventually, we came to a place with many tall buildings. It seemed that we had entered the Tokyo area.
板橋ジャンクションから池袋線に乗るわ。
The road that had been straight until now changed to one that twisted. On that congested expressway, the roadster drove even slower.
今抜いてったのはアウディよ。その前のはパジェロ。新型のジオマスターね。
Occasionally, Himiko-san would name the cars that passed us on the expressway.
不思議なもんでね。7階行きが決まった途端、余計に車が好きになったわ。
As she spoke, she slowly turned the wheel, matching the large curve ahead of us. The expression seemed somewhat sad and also somewhat nostalgic to me.
あなたも車好き？わからないわ。よかったらこれあげようか。
With a free hand, she pointed at her own car.
どう？もらってくれる？
After a moment's thought, I shook my head to decide. More so than a problem of not having a license, I thought it was something that I shouldn't accept.
そっか。みんなに断られちゃったね。感情から透明に乗るわ。
With those words and a big turn of the wheel, the car shook just a bit. I felt that the Himiko-san in the driver's seat was different from usual. Not only were her clothes different, but the somehow strict expressions were more common. The high place that we're going all this way to go to Mount Fuji. Without a doubt, it was a height that the 7th floor's roof couldn't even compare with. Was she really planning on jumping down? And the 10 things to do before dying. That final thing, just what kind of purpose did it hold, I wonder. Oh dear, we're not gonna go as high as the sky, are we? From there, we connected onto yet another expressway. Already, since we left the hospital, about 7 hours had passed. The area had completely become a place that seemed to be out in the middle of the mountains. Straight ahead on a sign were the words Mount Fuji Skyline. Most likely, we had already come to a place quite close. And then, that cloudless summer sky was at some point becoming a deep black evening sky.
降ってきたわね。
When I looked, rain had started to fall from the dark sky.
ちょっと待ってなさいよ。フォロー出すから。
Pulling the car to a stop on the shoulder, Himiko-san started to fumble around for something. And then, after waiting a while in the light drizzle,
何があったんだ。まあ、大したのじゃないけどね。
as she answered and closed left and right windows, the roadster became like a perfectly normal car. Until now, it had been a mystery as to what was done when it rained. But apparently it took on this form. Once again, the units drove off. The rain had truly begun to come down and obscured the road with pure white. The thick black rain clouds, even though it was still before evening, made it dark enough to let one believe it was night. At a cold sensation striking my head, I looked up at the roof. There were a number of drops dripping down.
悪いわね。これボロだからさ。
And just like the words meant, the dripping leak started. Looking at how the rain was falling outside a window, it didn't look like it would stop for some time.
説明。これ頭にかけてなさい。
What I was given was a large towel, and as told, I put it on top of my head.
姫子さんは平気よ。それに、どうせすぐにやむと思うから。じゃあ、私も平気。
She probably wouldn't say out loud, but this might have been the only towel. And even if she were worried that I would get wet, at least I was more worried about Himiko-san herself. That's why I tried to give my towel to Himiko-san. When I
やめな
did,
さい、説明。
this was different from a usual way of speaking. This was the very strict expression that she'd show occasionally.
でも、それじゃあ姫子さんが。いいのよ。私は濡れようが平気だから。でも、ただし、説明に風邪なんてひかせたら承知しないわよ。
Narcissu? Just who was she talking to, I wonder? Now it came down harder, the August rain. For some reason, it was excessively cold and still didn't seem like letting
舐
up.
めないでよね。勝手にこの格好してるんじゃないわよ。
As if talking to herself, Himiko-san muttered. I had a feeling that didn't mean physically not getting wet, but instead some different meaning. Clearing up spray, the roadster continued running. Under the endlessly black sky, it now went from an ordinary road onto the Mount Fuji skyline.
もし寒いようだったら言ってね。大丈夫。
With the towel still on my head, I answered Himiko-san as she got wet from the leaks. It would be better if we took shelter somewhere. Even such an obvious suggestion somehow faltered in the atmosphere. Gripping the wheel was a Himiko-san that was different from usual. It was the first time I've seen a Himiko-san without pajamas. We continued driving. At some point, when the rain had completely stopped, if you looked, there was even the face of a large moon out in the sky.
まもなく富士宮口に到着よ。
With those words, we went from a narrow mountain road into a suddenly open area. Finally, the Yuno stopped. Looking around, there were signs for the 5th station parking lot. During this season, I heard that there were many mountain climbers. Perhaps it was the time and because the weather had been bad, but the area had very few cars around.
はい、缶ウーロン。温かいわよ。
Yes, time for some tea.
ありがとう。
With the tea bought from a vending machine in hand, the two of us ate what remained of the packed lunch.
冷たくなっても美味しいわね。
In the end, it seemed like we were spending the night here. But when we set off, she had said that this was our destination. Did Himiko-san plan on going even higher up?
まだ上に行くつもり。さあ、どうしようかしら。
While holding a croquette in hand, Himiko-san gave a vague answer. Certainly, up until here, we were able to come by car. According to the parking lot sign, the altitude was already 2,400 meters. But from here on, there were only mountain climbing trails. Even if we were planning on heading all the way to the summit, Himiko-san, a resident on the 7th floor, couldn't be thought of as being able to climb up a mountain path. And if, even then, she said she were aiming for higher, shouldn't I hold her back? Suddenly, opening the door, Himiko-san stepped out of the car. Just as I was thinking about such things, I also hurried out of the car. When I looked, she was right by the car, looking up at a night sky that had just stopped raining. I was a bit surprised. I had thought that she might have started climbing without saying a thing. Then, perhaps guessing at my unease, Himiko-san began to speak.
そういえば以前にさ、年の離れた友達が欲しかったって言ったわよね。あ、うん。
Certainly, before the pineapple tree, it had been the first thing that she had wanted to try.
あれさ、ちょっとだけ嘘だったかもしれない。嘘。本当は年が離れてるってよりも、あなただから友達になりたかったのかもね。
Himiko-san spoke somehow seriously about what I had also somewhat vaguely noticed.
その理由は難しい質問だけど、強いて言えば、ただの直感かしら。ピンときたって感じね。
That was also something I felt I understood. It was close to the feeling I answered Chihiro-san. And then before, when I had asked whether she was seeing someone else with me, I was told that half of it was exactly that. Then, the remaining half of the reason that had been left a secret at the time. Could this be it?
ねえ、節美。一つ質問していい？うん。もし、あなたのとても親しい人が少しずつ弱っていったとして、あなたはそばでずっとその姿を見ていたい？それとも、自分の知らぬ間に、いつの間にか亡くなっていてほしい？
thought about the meaning of the question. And after thinking seriously in my own way,
わからない。
those were my true feelings.
私はずっとそばにいてあげたいと思うわ。でも自分が去る立場ならば逆、そばには誰もいてほしくない。矛盾してるわ。その通りよ。去る者と残される者は決して交わることはないのよ。
Even if I could bear my own pain, I couldn't bear another's. She wanted to say that perhaps. Then Chihiro-san and the best friend we met at the beach, avoiding them. And why was I here in this place? Why was I chosen, I wonder? And Himiko-san wanted to say that if it was me, then she would be fine.
これはね、穴に落ちて初めて気づくことよ。だけど、どんなに私がここに穴があるからと声を上げても、穴に落ちた者の声は地上を歩いている者には届かない。
That was the reason. Then, did she want to say that because I had also fallen into the hole? That voice would reach me.
あなたは違うわよ。え？まだ落ちかけね。這い上がれる可能性がある。もし無理だった時は、それは誰もが自分で考えることよ。
And then, the circumstances now were all the results of Himiko-san's thoughts after falling into the hole, stopping prayers, and maybe turning them into curses.
ほんと、パトラッシュはいいわよね。大好きなネロと一緒に天国に行けるんだもん。ネロだって寂しくないわ。
Even though I was the professor, I couldn't give an answer at such a time if I were a real professor, a doctor of the church, like Augustine or Jerome.
なんと答えれるのだろう。じゃあ、これだけでも教えて。神様はどこ？え？聞こえなかったみたいなの。教会でもお祈りしたのに。
Where was God? And that question, my mouth was sealed.
ごめんね。わからないわ。そっか。博士のお姉さんでもわからないんだ。
Then, raising herself from the bed and facing the window.
やっぱり空の上？
While speaking, she looked up at the sky, looking up from the windows that were only open 2 centimeters, to the lightning pre-dawn sky.
ねえお姉さん、私屋上に行きたい。屋上？うん。少しでも高いところでお祈りしたら聞こえるかもしれないでしょ？神様に。ダメ？いいえ。わかったわ。
Supporting the girl, we headed to the roof. Normally this place was one where patients couldn't go. We're not allowed to go. However, at this time for me, for the alloy was unable to do anything other than buy ice cream. But a powerless professor couldn't answer with anything. There was nothing else that I could do. The blue-purple pre-dawn sky was turning into the white of day, a bleak place where no one could be seen. Once in a while, from the blowing wind, a fence that was taller than the ceiling of the 7th floor rattled.
ここは気持ちいい場所だね。
She spoke as if whispering to herself, and from her pocket, she took out a rosary. That was what I had once given to her as a present.
やっぱりこれがないと魔法にならないもんね。
And then, quietly bringing hands together, facing where the sun would rise, she spoke.
皆が生徒されますように。 私たちを試みに合わせないでください。
This, too, was what I had taught her before. A number of parts from the Lord's Prayer. However, for this girl, she didn't even know the meaning to the words. Simply words for salvation, as nothing other than magic. That was all she thought of them.
お姉さん、今のは聞こえたと思う？
Those words, nodding or even affirming, was beyond me. I just do nothing but remain silent. It's useless. Perhaps I should have said that. Or perhaps I should have spoken in a tone. Or perhaps I should have said, for having lived for 8 years, be thankful to God.
ねえ、お姉さんも一緒に踊って。
At those words, I soundly nodded. I do nothing but nod. Then, just like the girl who still continued to pray, to that high sky, I offered a prayer. The remaining night air, the widening sky, the cicadas that started to call, common everyday things of a summer day. On the 7th floor's rooftop, I prayed only for the girl. Always, half had been used for forgiving myself. And now, gathering all of it, I prayed only for the girl. Definitely supposed to be listening somewhere. Towards the God I prayed. For some reason, tears came.
どうして泣いてるの？いいの。別に泣いたって。こんな時には泣いてもいいの。それは誰のこと？イエス様？
No. Those are my words. If I were a saint, if my words were not simply for comfort or a charm, if they were real magic,
今こそ奇跡を起こす。
those leaving and those left behind, no matter how much of a best friend, alloy could not become but trash. I learned of my own powerlessness. Dawn came to Mount Fuji's 5th station. We got out of the car and we took some big stretches.
ねえ、節美。
Slept in the car?
どこにいると思う？いきなり。何のこと？神様とやらよ。さあ、あなたの方が専門家でしょ。そうね。そうだったわね。
And then, after a bit of thinking,
やっぱあそこかしら。
when she spoke, she looked up at the sky. The pure blue summer sky stretched on forever.
やっぱ。もっと近づかないと聞こえないのかもね。
Just saying that, Mika-san started walking towards the climbing paths. I sensed the possibility, but already that act itself was the same as suicide.
本気なの。禁忌なんでしょ。カトリックには。もっとには関係ないわ。
And then, stopping her walking feet and turning around.
悪いわね、節美。一言。言ってやらないと気が済まないのよ。言うって、誰に決まってるじゃない。神様とやらに、文句をね。
Complaints to God. Was she serious?
もしかして、それが最後の一つ。ええ。これが最後の一つよ。
No just an answer. Himiko-san began walking towards the climbing path. Right now, I should be stopping her. Or perhaps I should be giving her back a push. Because I didn't know which. Just being by her side was all I could do. The sun had come right above, and on the heating of the altitude, the cicada's noisily cried.
思ったよりきついわね。
Continued on the climbing path. Walk a bit, and then rest. Walk a bit, and then rest. Just repeating that. Occasionally, either the mountain climbers would quickly pass us by while we slowly went upwards. To the high place that Himiko-san aimed for. Now it was some 2 hours in, and we were making to leave the new sixth station.
大丈夫。あんまり大丈夫じゃないわね。
Just as the words meant, her panting was furious. Even when the food and drinks that we bought at the shop were being carried by me. It probably didn't need saying, but Himiko-san was a resident of the 7th floor. No matter how healthy she looked, no matter that she didn't need a wheelchair, that was because of her age. Her condition's progression had simply been early. Even without doing anything, there was no mistake that she was within reach of death.
何よその顔は。言いたいことがあるならはっきり言いなさいよ。もう帰ろう。もっと強く言ってよ。え？だったらもう帰れって命令してよ。もう帰れ。やっぱり従えないわね。
And then, once again her feet moved to ascend. Right now, I wonder what I should do. Unable to pull her back, was I only able to be there, helplessly watching?
じゃあ押してあげる。
That was why I pushed Himiko back. So as not to lose the steep slope, so as to make it even just a bit easier. In my own way, this was all I could do.
やめなさい説明。いやよ、あなたまで具合悪くなったらどうするの。私はそんなこと望んでいるわけじゃないわ。じゃあ帰りましょう。それは。
This exchange we repeated over and over, while slowly Himiko-san climbed up. Eventually, when those feet stopped, that was the time that I feared. At that time, just what should I do? Well, looks like we're reaching the end. If only we could say that about COVID. Well,